Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Uh, People often ask us how do we deal with difficult situations in our life. How do we just keep going through all the stress, all that is going on in the world? They ask us why they meet usually some strange, weird people, while we usually are surrounded with good connections. Or sometimes we just look at the world and see people using these antidepressants that don't help them in their problems. And then all these people ask, how do we do this? And we say, we have God. And they're like, nah, that doesn't work. That's some bullshit. Well,
That's it.
this is the topic of our video.
Yeah.
God. We know that this is, for some reason, this kind of topic that is like very uncomfortable, or it's better not to talk about that because that's some nonsense. Well, but we will talk about that. Yeah. So
I want to say what we really respect all religions and all the viewpoints to God, and we will just share our perception of this topic, this energy about God, and I hope none will be offended. Yeah, if you are, just let us know. Maybe it will be a good opportunity for you to work on your belief system, or maybe some strength. Yeah, and also interesting thing was, if you're saying, now I will talk about God.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think that it's impossible to talk about God truly in words of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you will try to speak, like to, convey this idea of God with words, it may take the whole eternity. So I hope it will be not so much in this video. We will try to make it short.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make some points.
Yeah, like for us, God is a cornerstone.
Yeah.
It's the basis for everything, the basis of our life, and because of that, we see that the majority of problems, or maybe all of them, that people have in the world, are due to the lack of God in their lives. There may be many different examples to that. I don't know, like sometimes there is this, political differences. Those conservative people don't like those more liberal, or capitalists and socialists. They don't like each other, and they see each other as a problem. But well, okay, people earn money maybe in a good way, but when they start to be greedy, when they start to just don't care about others in their growing of wealth, and that's the problem of people not having God, not having this basis, not having this orienteer to guide them on how to properly do this. Or on the other side, people are we have everything common, everything is to share, and some of them, you will definitely find these people that will just, I don't want to do anything, just give me all these benefits I want. And that's just because these people don't have God in their life, who will be this inner orienteer for them.
Mm-hmm.
There may be different examples. As I said about these antidepressants, again, because people don't have God, don't have this
real healing.
Yes, because the real healing isn't God. and also
Like some, I don't know, fights in the family or problems like egoism or something. It's many
yes.
problems.
Oh yeah. Many regards the
Yeah.
relationship is often the problem of not knowing God. And also some time ago we had this discussion about idealism, fanatism, that it may be the problem, but like maybe the problem for these many problems of the world. Not the problem, but the reason, of these problems. I, for example, consider myself as an idealist regarding God. And I believe that it only depends on what is your ideals. If your ideal is God, you will not be, this
Harmful.
harmful, doing harm. You will not be this fanatic that try to just, lay your faith, lay your worldview, and impose on others and force them to use it. If you have true, real God in you.
Yeah, I want to add who is God for me, for us. I think it's something like I could try to describe as the beginning and the end of everything. Something we went from, like
We came from.
something we came from, something we go to, and something we are going into this.
Yeah, in this.
In this, yeah, and into also.
Yes.
And it's like alpha and omega.
Yeah.
I usually say. Yeah, it's just the whole universe. It's God itself, and this energy of beingness, like the whole creator, like the whole energetical, I don't know, creature.
Being.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
Essence.
a whole being and essence. A presence of God is just everything in the world. It's we as a part of God and God in us, and it's like, in every piece of our life, in every thing, in every nature, like in every tree, there is a God, and God is everything and is nothing.
As you said, it's stupid to place God in human categories, like to limit God, right? We like to define everything, to give names to everything, and we try to limit God, right?
Yeah, it's like you're taking a part of it and really look at your hands. It's here, and you try to describe it, but the whole thing is here, and you cannot see it because you try to merge it with your, with your limits, with your physics. Because we are human, we usually, like most of the time, we see the world as just physical, materialistic things. But God is like much bigger. It's under human, like behind.
over I don't know, like superhuman.
It's a supernatural.
Yeah.
It's not what we like figure out
it's
how
both
how
natural
to do it.
and supernatural.
Yeah, actually, I mean it's something like
everything.
It's so much bigger.
Yeah.
Than
because
human.
it's everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and we as that's interesting. That it's mostly in every religion and belief system. Like humans is like a creatures of God, and as a creation of the creator. You try to describe and express it with your poor language. Like we even have a problems to express and to convey our thoughts to another human being, not to talk about these really unphysical things, like which is like beyond our imagination, and just limit this energy. This is not a good idea, because God and like the whole universe is so big, and I think it's just non-stoppable process to try to find it, to analyze it, to recognize it in us, in our heart, in the world, in nature. So it's just impossible to limit. So it's pity to limit God and this wonderful energy, this like, I don't know, the eternity itself in our categories, and limit it, and just cut us and cut God from like being so big, what we couldn't even understand how big it is.
And yeah, like being a part of God, that is how we feel God. Because there is this like practice of detachment, because you feel your body, you feel the feelings, the sensations, and you also can observe your thoughts. So there is something behind, something beyond all these. Like if you can really like just observe that now there is a thought in my mind. I'm thinking this thought, but who is that I who think about so there is this energy, there is this spirit that connects with God, with all the universe, with this whole one, and in this we feel God. Actually, about this detachment, it's, I think, Mooji, and we can link his channel in the description, because he is really good in describing this practice. And actually, sometimes there is this question from people. It's like, but how to find God? Because sometimes people, they are like,
I like it first.
These the guys have God, so they have no problems. So look, these people, they see that we have God, that God helps us, and but they don't do anything to reach God.
Yeah, but just like, okay, it's good for you.
Yeah,
okay. I don't know,
good for you.
You have this too.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I don't know.
Everyone has God.
Has God. Yeah.
Everyone has God. So it's just so silly.
And how to find? That's an interesting question. Because if we take into account that God is everywhere and God is everything, he or she, or like it can be shown to you in many different ways. The major thing is to just start seeking.
Yes.
Start seeking and just, I don't know, like open yourself.
Try to see.
Like, because everything that is from the outside, it has God in it, and the God may be manifested through different many things, but the first thing is to look into yourself, because God comes, like the feeling of God is inside yourself. And if you open yourself to this divine energy, and you just try to like put aside all of these layers of these artificial things that are piled upon you, like all these ideas that somebody just implemented into your mind. You just clear yourself and start this process, because this is a process, and we still we always trying to know God more and more and more and more.
Yeah,
It isn't like that.
No, it has no end.
Yeah, and okay, maybe for somebody it will work like that.
Yeah.
But you should be ready that it is like a process of opening yourself up, and
For the whole life.
Yeah, exactly. And you just need to want to know God, and that is how it starts. And it's like sometimes we can describe, for example, faith. It's not usually like, I believe that everything will be good and la la la.
So beautiful here.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I have faith. Faith is, this process when
It's bottle-proofed.
When there is this dark part of your life, when you have problems, when it's like hitting you, but you still go, you keep going. It feels like you have almost no faith left, but you still keep going, still keep doing. And this is where the real faith lies. And after all this passed, you have even more faith. So it's like,
it's
a strange phrase, but like fake it till you make it. But you force yourself to do something before you see this. I don't know, faith precedes miracles. Like first you have faith, then you have miracles. It's not like that. Yeah, this is a miracle for you, and you go, yeah,
I believe now.
Yeah, it's like Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it vice versa. And so you just start this process, and I just I thought about this, funny like exercise, because sometimes it's maybe hard to I don't know, to just realize who is God. Yeah, it's kind of a meditation. You just take. Like for Russian version, I took Shrek.
I don't know.
But maybe for English version, I will take Terminator.
Shrek is fine.
Shrek. Well, okay, we'll keep Shrek. No, I mean you just take some person, or maybe some character from, I don't know, movie, a book, or maybe someone you invented by yourself, the person that you can trust completely. So we thought that we thought it would be Shrek. Yeah, maybe you can trust Shrek completely.
But maybe it can be also like a nothing, just a ball of light.
You can imagine.
It also works.
Everyone, everything, but just like some being that deserves your complete trust. And you just sit on your couch, on your chair, I don't know. Imagine this being in front of you, and you just start speaking out, and talking to this being about your problems, what bothers you in your life, in the world around. And you just simply ask, please help me find God. And then repeat. Then repeat one more time, and again, and again, and again. because like it's it's funny. It would be funny if it were not that said. I don't know if there is this saying in in English that this example is a wonderful example actually, but we tend to just overlook these wonderful examples about a little baby that is just trying to make their own steps. And after the first step is like not successful and the baby falls down, and then it's like,
this is a bullshit.
no, I can't do it.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, this
Walking.
walking doesn't exist. Yeah, I can't do it. I failed, and now no.
Parents are lying to me.
And that's the same with practice of many different things. And especially if you want to find God, really want to find God, you need to just persevere in this, to just keep going. And God, maybe you may find God again in different ways. It's like you can try this kind of a prayer, but maybe you can also, I see that, for example, sometimes for me at least, when I feel less noise, when I hear less sounds, for example, when I feel less noise, where there is much less artificial something, I feel it's like nothing then tries to be louder than God, even though God is usually quiet. So for me, for example, going to nature works really fine, because you just see nature. You see this, vast ocean in front of you, or you are in the forest and feel just, if you hear sounds, these are the sounds of birds or, I don't know, trees, and you feel God in this. Or maybe you just keep silent. Silence is, oh, my wonderful, I don't know, way of finding God, because being silent, meaning being with you only, with yourself only, and going deep into yourself and feeling that you are a part of all the universe, you starting to feel God more.
And also, beautiful thing in many ways of knowing God, try to find Him. I had a period when I still keep learning it, but it was a time when I tried to learn about many different religions and belief systems, and I found that a red line in I don't know. Yeah, I will just
the common thread.
For every religion, every beliefs, there's a God in every way of learning this world, try to understand it, but it's just different language, different approach, but God is everywhere. So that's interesting. That if you, for example, want to find God, but you, tend to be more logical and more live in a physical world, at least if you will read Bible or Bhagavad Gita or anything, it's better to read not just one book, but maybe you will read one book and you will see, and you will be in this way of knowing God. you can read like many different religion books and texts, and you can find where is a God, where just in different describing like the system of a world of things, but it's all about one God. The whole universe is a God, and that's interesting that you can just go where I tend to think that it's impossible to understand God by our mind, but maybe you can at least start to learn about it, just something more understandable, not just like some conceptions, like transcendental conceptions of spirituality and all the stuff, but just to analyze that it's everywhere. And you can read not only about religion, you can read about like a very old cultures, their perception of being here, of their life, and like I don't know, pagan or ancient Egypt, everywhere. So it was everywhere. People tried to find it, and still trying. And that's a good thing, but you really just, it's unstoppable process. You can just start it, but once you find it, like a piece, like a small touch to your heart, to your soul, you'll never lose it. So if it will touch you in its truthfulness, like truthful, truthfulness, you will never lose it, because it's like you enter where to that energy, to the God itself. So the one conception here is also about capacity, your capacity to be able to hold this, to open yourself and be so clear, so honest, to be able to perceive this godness, this energy of God. And here is, please just don't limit yourself and don't limit God to make something in your life. Because if we will try to find this way, like from our purest desire to really find the God, the whole universe will find it for us. You will see a lot of signs, a lot of miracles, and just your way will be like, like step by step will made for you from like by universe, because it just we are meant to be in God. We are like a part of it, and it should be what we should be together, like in a real. And it's our
responsibility.
It's our responsibility to take care of our ability to hear and see God, because He is everywhere and He is so big, so much, so you couldn't just even imagine how wonderful it is.
And as you said about like in the beginning of what you started to speak now, that you can learn through the texts, you can pray, you can be silent. The thing is that like true faith and true science and true other ways of knowledge, they don't interfere with each other. They don't like contradict each other, because they are telling about one, and like
just in different languages.
Yeah, it's like modes of knowledge, like the language of knowledge. And when we speak about God, we don't speak about like people start usually to talk about which God you speak. It's like just one God, no matter religion, no matter like which belief, no matter I don't know, pagan or what. It's just God. And also
about our
how did we like actually? I think that because we just from the childhood we were into this environment, because we uh, visited church, Christian church, Protestant church, and we, I don't know, we just grew up already with God. But we, as our way led us out like of this Christian church system on regular basis, we like didn't go into nowhere. We kept God with us, and we just started to see God everywhere as like, because God is not in
more
in,
and more
yeah
every day.
is not is not in any particular, I don't know, building, any particular sign, any particular idea. It's inside us, and everywhere.
Yeah, and I thought to say to add that I also have been like in a church since my childhood, and I had a pause, unfortunately, for me I couldn't say what it was, just like, I don't know, a moment in my life when I understood that I don't believe in God. I always knew like that there is a God everywhere and I'm a believer, but once I had this problem and I just started to not hear and to not see Him, and it was so painful, and oh my God, it was so bad time. And unfortunately it was not just 1 year and not 2 and like more, and it was very painful time for me experiencing, like, as you believer, you know what, you're a believer, but you don't give anything about your like beliefs. You don't make your decisions or your life, it's like not based on your belief, but you're a believer. You just stop to listen it Him, and you just, like, I don't know, turn off your head to the more like physical things and like life, and it was bad disconnection, and it cost me like a lot, and it was even the problem like with a lot of like depression. It was after my father's death, like and after my father's death, and it almost led me for suicide. And I remember once I was in some like deep bad situation, like in my heart. So I realized that just like it's so bad, I couldn't like, I can't hold it. I cannot make anything with this. And it was so deep. And I remember it was rain, and I just opened my eyes, like my face turned to rain, and I asked God, because yes, I'm a believer, but I didn't get why it's like all heaven with me. And I started to ask God to be in my life again. Like I started to like asking God to come to me, like I need you, and things like this. And it was really deep desire from my heart, but I just need this light, I need this love. And of course I knew how it could be, but it was just like, I don't know, blocked or something. Because it was a long time, and it was really bad things were, and after it was just like, you know, in several, I don't know, months or something, it was really quick, like according to the situation. But I started, after it I had a more fanatic period, but it was my cure from that, when I've been so deep in my like heart, not in a good situation, like not in a good position with my God, with my heart. And it was so great after this experience to understand how great God is, and what He can wash everything from you, like every pain, every bad feelings, like everything. I don't know. I think I don't need to describe how powerful this energy, God, this love can be. And suddenly you're walking. Of course, it's not just like in one day. It took me several years to understand, but I touched it, and now I have God, like real God, because I've been like in this position of believer who believe, but in real life you're not a believer. You just, I don't know. Like, I think many people know what I'm talking about it, and yeah. So I just thought to share that to find God, it's a miracle itself, and it will give you a lot of miracles in your life, and it's just like you're touching, the source of the life, of the light, and you just don't need anything else, because no, like, I don't know, human problems and all this stuff, and you're just starting like to be more like above all these things. You still, of course, care, you live your life, you have some friends, family, and all this stuff, but you always have this inside of you, the main core of like your being. It's God's love, and this is just amazing feeling. Yeah.
You also, I now remembered, you also found this
Like this?
phrase now, that if you have some bad feelings when you hear about God,
Yeah.
that's most probably you have some
Trauma.
trauma about something.
And
close
it
to
means if you have bad feelings about just a word, of using a word, because some people will say like, oh, don't say this word, I don't want to hear about it. This is a problem, because if you will, you can be not like, I don't care. I mean, you can like, you don't need to believe in God, but if you feel this like not aggression, maybe pain, I don't know, scare, anything, just you don't want to talk about it, and you have this like emotions, this means that maybe you have some trauma and you need to heal it. You need to take a look at this situation, take a look at this why you have this, because if you are not a believer and you understand why, and this is your choice, you will be you will not care about it. But also, if you are a believer, you also will not care about it. But if you are in the middle, in this I don't know, area of, I don't know, like somnia, doubts, problems, scaredness, or something, fear, you need to take a look at this word. Yeah. Also, good phrase from Clive Stable Lewis. So, like someone, Clive
Staples Lewis.
Yeah, thank you. So once someone asked him, "Why do you believe in God? Why do you even need this conception? And how can you describe it?" Like, and he said that I believe God, like I believe in the sun, not because I see the sun, like sun, but because in the sunlight I see everything else. Yeah.
And we, in the course of the video, I think we several times mentioned maybe faith and religion. And first of all, I would like to maybe state once again that God and religion are two very different things. I'm sorry for using this word, but like that. And we would like to make a couple of more videos about religion and how do we see religion, what it is, and one about faith. Yeah. And I think we can gradually just wrap up the video. And I would like to say that we don't have any psychologists or psychiatrists. Like, I mean, we don't see any of them. We don't use any like antidepressants, any drugs. We don't have depression. Yeah, there are like maybe sometimes a little bit more harder times everyone has, but we don't have depression. We have good relationship with our family and with our friends. We so many times saw miracles in our life, like when the situations improved, like just.
Thank God, I go there.
And we have God. We really hope that you would also find God in your life, in your own way, maybe through constant prayers, maybe through silence, maybe through nature. Maybe God will lead you through religion. And just remember that the major thing is just to keep seeking. It's like there was this good phrase that the striving to be virtuous is a virtue by itself. So if you just have this orientation in finding God, you will find it. And I think that's it.
Yes, if you will be interested to us talking about something in this, like through this topic, what we described with you about faith or religion, or maybe something else about this topic, close to this, you can write in our like a comment.
Yeah, maybe you have some questions about.
Maybe we will make a video about some questions from our subscribers.
No, I mean, like if you.
Yeah, in this, because we want to share about this more.
Maybe we didn't cover fully. Maybe you would like to know more about some moments of what we covered. Then we just ask you for leaving your comments, your questions, and we will try to answer them. And thank you very much for watching, and we wish you a lot of light, a lot of love, and wish you having like real relationship with God. Yeah,
to have this life inside of you, like always, no matter what, this real life, a source and a source of love and light. So, blessings.
Thank you.